This is Tyler Choice. I am a student and teacher of Insight Vipassana Mindfulness Meditation. In this video, I will be leading about a 10 to 15 minute guided meditation on spaciousness and awareness, the practice of creating spaciousness in our sense of awareness, which allows us to rest in a greater space, be able to hold our often difficult experience with a greater sense of space. And I'll begin with this poem by Rumi, The Guest House, which reads, "This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows, who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond." The mystic poet, Persian poet Rumi. This poem includes the idea of the witness, of what the awareness is, what we experience when we recognize ourselves as the awareness and not as the guests of the house. Just the very practice of mindfulness over time causes one to identify more as the master of the house rather than as the guests of the home that are always changing and feeling different ways. The master of the house has the opportunity to be who they are, consistent all the time, unfazed and unchanging by circumstances. With that in mind, and with spaciousness in mind, when you have a difficult guest come into the house, there is a metaphor that if you are to put salt into a cup, a tablespoon of salt into a cup, the water will be very salty. But if you put the same tablespoon of salt into a bathtub, the water will not be as comparatively that salty. And the concept here is that when you feel a greater sense of spaciousness, of space, that the room is larger, an intense experience or a painful feeling will still be the same size, but it will not seem to be as important. So I'll lead us in a short meditation. And I invite you to sit up in an upright and comfortable position or posture with both feet on the ground. And when you're ready, allowing your eyes to close, or soften your gaze down to the floor, if that feels right for you. And as best you can, notice the sensations in your breath, where you feel the breath in your body. Maybe in the rise and fall of your chest, wherever it feels pleasant, most pleasant in your body. You might take a few deeper breaths than normal just to allow, just to let your body relax a bit. Breathing all the way in and exhaling completely. Really noticing where you feel your breath in your body. And now letting go of control of the breath. Just allowing the body to breathe on its own. Trusting the wisdom of the body to find its own natural rhythm and breath. And when you feel ready, opening up your awareness to include the breath in your whole body. Feeling your whole body sitting here, breathing. We don't let go of the breath. Just include more. Like we'd open the lens of a camera to see a broader picture. Now you can gently transition to notice the sounds in the space. Notice the room where sounds, movement, objects are. Still noticing your breath as your anchor. Breath breathing into your whole body. But now noticing sounds in the space. Not needing to try to identify the sounds. Or trying to figure them out, just noticing the quality of the sound. Loud, quiet, strong. Observing the sounds of each moment. No need to search out for sounds. Just allowing yourself to be receptive and receive whatever sounds are here. You can imagine placing your attention right at the openings of your ears and let sounds come to you. And with the sounds in the space, can you notice the distances? The distance from sounds from you. You measure the distance of sounds from each other. Where there's gaps in sound. Gaps in space. As you notice the sensations in the room, Notice where there's any gaps in sensations. Some places there's pleasant sensations, neutral sensations, uncomfortable sensations. And then there's some spaces that you don't sense anything. Many people, when they sense into their feet, they report that they don't sense anything there. They don't sense their legs at all. Notice there's parts of the space, parts of your body that are just gaps. And what's it like to rest the attention on those gaps? Maybe even gaps in the pauses, in the intervals between sound. What's it like to be aware of space? Just letting your awareness rest in this space. And see if you can notice all the way to the farthest areas of the room, or if you're outside the edge of the horizon. As far as your awareness is able to go. All the way to the edge where the horizon meets the sky. And you can imagine the vast blue sky. Serene sky all around. Unchanging. Just space. It's endless. Supportive. Resting. It never moves. It's always there. Same as this awareness. This awareness that's resting here. Noticing sensations. Sensations that float by. Thoughts that float by. Emotions. And in the blue sky there's clouds. Just floating by. Just like thoughts. Notice what it's like to have an expanded awareness, what that's like, what it's like to experience from this place. You might ask, notice where your mind is right now. Your thoughts are, emotions are. Notice how that's the wide angle camera. Now, as you like, you can zoom back in the camera, back to your breath, back to inside your body. You're breathing inside your body, your whole body. You're just sensing, feeling alive. And then back to noticing the sounds in the space. The wide blue sky. And you can breathe into this space as well. It's a part of your awareness. So it's your space. You can take as long and deep of a breath and exhale. Take a breath of air as you like. You can take as much space as you need because the sky has no end. And even the word that we use as sky doesn't really have an end or a beginning. There really is no sky, there's just space. And the same is true of your awareness. Your awareness is just space, it doesn't have an end. And you can rest in that. If it becomes too much, you can return to your breath, return to your body. And this is something you're able to access at any time. While we're in this space, the sense of just being present, just being alive, just being perceptive and being able to sense and notice. If there's anything you appreciate about this experience, if you can notice that. Maybe record this feeling to your memory, that you can come back to this place anytime. Anytime you're stressed or overwhelmed or in intensity, this is something you're able to access at any moment. You can expand the awareness without disengaging with what's in front of you. You can remain present to whatever situation's in front of you while also opening the camera lens. Maybe asking, maybe noticing how you're behaving or what you're saying. Just being mindful of the moment. Anytime experience becomes maybe too intense, just returning to the breath. It's easy. And to close out this session, I invite you to take a moment to set an intention for your day. Maybe even ask yourself, what intention you'd like to set for the day. Or for the upcoming future. On your own time, I invite you to come back to your body, back to this moment. And you can open your eyes on your own time. And take a nice exhale just to come back. I thank you for this time. I will be hosting a active mindfulness training course this upcoming month that you can sign up for on my website. You can find on my profile if you're interested. To go through having a daily mindfulness practice in your life. And if you like this content, you can like and subscribe to my channel, as that's what lets YouTube know to promote this content on the platform. And I thank you for taking this time for yourself to take some space. And I honor that. I see that taking some time for yourself for meditation is a self-care act. It's an action for yourself. And I support that. So, thank you for this time. See you next time.